It's tough not having the people that you love support what you got going on, not cheering you on in your proudest moments, not lifting you up in your lowest. It's also tougher when you realize you gotta cut ties with those people just to elevate, just to grow, to stay focused. But it's necessary. It's time to cut ties.
Ivan the producer.
Hey, yo, Q. Give him some of the vibe,
Sometimes you gotta say fuck 'em if they ain't on what you want. Cut ties from the ones that ain't cheering you on, and say fuck 'em, then fuck it. Don't let them bring you down, I mean for nothing. But if they try, it's probably best to cut ties, cut ties, cut ties, cut ties, beat up. It's probably best to cut ties, cut ties, cut ties, cut ties, beat up. A new job, what you making, a new car, what you pay for it. All they need to know is you worked harder, you slave for it. All that dry hating, I swear ain't even called for. They sizing up your blessings like y'all don't serve the same Lord. But I say fuck them, don't tell them nothing. Let them be happy cause they think you busted. And now you're struggling, I don't care if it's your mama or father, your sister or your brother or his dumbass baby mama. Fuck that drama, fuck 'em if they ain't on what you want. Cut ties from the ones that ain't cheering you on, and say fuck 'em, then fuck it. Don't let them bring you down, I mean for nothing. But if they try, it's probably best to cut ties, cut ties, cut ties, cut ties, beat up. It's probably best to cut ties, cut ties, cut ties, cut ties, beat up. Well, there's some truth to them jokes, don't let them shit on your dreams. They don't come to support, they there to peep out the scene. When they speak on what you do, they gotta break down how you did it. Shit ridiculous, you gon' learn to keep some folks about your business. It's your right to live the type of life you live. If they don't like it, get them out of here. That's how it gotta be to keep your sanity. Protect your energy at all costs. If they moving funny, cut they ass off. Sometimes you gotta say fuck 'em if they ain't on what you want. Cut ties from the ones that ain't cheering you on, and say fuck 'em, then fuck it. Don't let them bring you down, I mean for nothing. But if they try, it's probably best to cut ties, cut ties, cut ties, cut ties, beat up. It's probably best to cut ties, cut ties, cut ties, cut ties, beat up. Sometimes you gotta cut ties.
Halito. I want to go ahead and get on into this live so I can get this one done because I might have to come back a little later for another live. Shout out to Alberta checking in, man. Shout out to you. Early morning. I know a lot of y'all is probably either still asleep or y'all getting ready to get up for work. So I know a lot of y'all will probably just catch this replay. But I wanted to show y'all this video. Okay. Bet, good morning to you. Good morning to you. I wanted to show y'all a video, man. And just, I've been wanting to show y'all this video for almost a year now. And I never got around to showing y'all this video. Let me get it pulled up. So recently I just did a video just kind of explaining to y'all that ICE is running through the Native American reservations, okay? And I asked y'all, why is ICE not running through the projects and shit? Why are they not running through y'all neighborhoods, sending y'all back to Africa? But they're running through these Native American reservations and they're getting them out of here. You know, a lot of them are illegal immigrants. They're not from here. They're blending in with these so-called Native American Indians, who we also are telling y'all are not indigenous to this land of North America. They're not indigenous. They came from somewhere to here. I'm actually uploading the video I did on that as a premiere. It should be airing around 10 o'clock this morning. I showed you guys who were in my live. I showed y'all that video the other day, but I'm re-airing it. Okay. I'm re-airing it as a premiere around 10 o'clock this morning. So after this live, that will be coming up. Now there's a video I want to show y'all, and I just want to show y'all just how much people know who they are. Okay. I've been telling y'all for a long time. We had elders back in the day who were claiming that they were Indian, who were telling their, through history, through oral history, telling our family that they were Indians. And I keep asking y'all, if we're not the real Indians of the land, where was our elders getting that from? Okay, if we were African, why would we come to America just to simply get reclassified back to being African when we could have just stayed African the whole time? Okay, so what I'm telling y'all is there were some people on this land who called themselves Indians, or who had tribes, and they called themselves by the name of their tribes, which would later become the Indians of this land. However that went about. But all I know is my grandmama, that's all she wanted to do was be called Indian. So whatever y'all feel about the word Indian don't matter to me. I just know my grandmama, that's all she wanted to be, was an Indian. She all this other stuff, all this Aboriginal, indigenous, and all that shit. My grandmama wanted to be an Indian, but I get it though. I get it. The whole Aboriginal, indigenous, and all of that. I get it. But when I'm telling you, when my people talk to me, they call themselves Indians. They say they were Indians. When you talk to a lot of the elders from our families, they say they were Indian. I'm an Indian. So. We're not dealing with the technically right word, today. What I want to show y'all is there are people who have been telling their families who they were. And I'm asking, how did we become Africans? If your own bloodline family is telling you who they were. So I ran across a video where Sinetta from the conscious community, he runs into a father and a daughter who are American Indian. And the crazy part is he says he's known this family for a long time. He's known this family since they were young. So this is what makes me tell y'all, these people know who we are. These people know who we are. Even these conscious community people, they know we're the real Indians of this land, but they're so consumed with Africa and what we've been taught in this education system of America. We've been taught, that we were captured in Africa and we don't have no history and this and that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, it's 2025, man. If you're not asking questions by now, good morning, Janice. If you're not asking questions by now, or if it's not making you scratch your head by now and say, you know what, I may have jumped off on the wrong track, listening to propaganda. Now we're going to get back into this docu-series too. We're going into part two. We're going into the second part of the docu-series. We dealt with the Black Power movement. Now we're getting ready to go into the Black exploitation movement after 1968, Dr. King's death, fighting for Indian civil rights, the Indian Bill of Rights, public Indian housing. My sister Sonya, salute to you checking in. So we're getting ready to go into season, well, not season 2, but we're in season 2 of the docuseries over on the Our Story page. We're in season 2, but we're getting ready to go into the second half. There's going to be 3 halves of the docuseries. We just finished the 4 episodes on, you know, propaganda and the Black Power revolution movement coming off of fighting for Indian civil rights. Now we're about to walk you into the second half of season 2, which is taking us now into propaganda and the Black exploitation movement. You feel what I'm saying? So now you're going to see those children who were in season 1 who helped end segregation. They're grown-ups now. They're adults. They're young adults now moving into season 2. They're no longer elementary kids and shit. They're adults now. And some of them moved into the Black Power movement. Some of them moved into the Black exploitation movement. But all of this happened after 1968 when King was fighting for Indian civil rights. All right. So I'm going to pull this video up on the screen and we're going to get through this video. But I want, what I want y'all to see is our elders have been telling us, been telling us who we were on this land. But we let a movie named Roots come out and get pushed to us for generations and generations as if this was our story. Now, we have to take some accountability in that too, because nowhere in that movie did that man say this was all Black people's story, all copper-colored people's story. Nowhere did they tell us that. We just let them push propaganda on us just for us to find out this was a whole created story that was stolen from a white man called the African. And we inserted ourselves into this man, Alex Haley's so-called family tree. Huh? We ain't going to war. We ain't going to war. Man, listen, that man has been saying over and over and over that those people cannot have nuclear weapons. And he said when he become president, he's going to take care of that. And he did what he said. Iran ain't trying to, they're not trying to come at us. They're not trying to come at us. All right. They're not trying to come at us. What they did with the whole little them bombing us, they called us first. They called America first. They let us know, hey, we can't go out looking like no suckers, man. So, you know, notice that there were no American casualties, none. You know, they called America first and they let us know, hey, we can't look bad like this. We got to look like we retaliating. So we're going to, you know, throw a couple little bombs down on a couple of your already vacated compounds. And now they're calling for a ceasefire. They're calling for a ceasefire. So, I mean, it's a show. It's all a show. But back to the Indian thing. Kind of lost my thought real quick. But we can talk about that on another live, because this one is about American Indians. Not you know, not trying to be rude or anything, but we can go into that on another live. But yeah, I mean, he you know, Iran called us. They let us know, hey, we can't look bad like that. We can't look like we scared of y'all, or we can't look like we weak. So I'm calling y'all to let y'all know we just gonna drop a couple little bombs on a couple of y'all vacated compounds over in Iraq and somewhere else. They did that. You feel what I'm saying? Vixen, what's happening with you? Truth be told, what's happening with you? Patrina, what's happening with you? All of y'all checking in. So I'm gonna play this video And I'll probably stop here and there when I hear certain thoughts that I want to interject in. But I want y'all to listen to how Sinetta is talking to these people. Like that whole Pan-African thing, it's done. It's done. That it's done. You know, and this is why you're seeing more and more people talk about the American Indians, and they're digging more into their families and things like that. But I'm gonna start this video, and I'll interject in certain places. It was crazy that I found this video because I was kind of into it with my daughter's mother at the time about this information. And one thing I was trying to tell her was, yes, your grandmother may have been a slave on the land. All right. So I was asking her, did you do your genealogy though? Like, did you do your genealogy when you did your no, I'm off. I'm actually off tonight. I'm actually off tonight. I was asking her, did you do your genealogy on your family? Yes, I know it said, well, she said she did do her genealogy on her family. But what I was asking her was, did your genealogy in your research take you off the land? If it did, it did. And, you know, she was like, she didn't see where it took, you know, took her side of the family off the land. And what I was trying to explain to her is, just because your grandmother was a slave on the land does not mean she came from Africa as a slave. It doesn't mean just because you saw in your genealogy that your grandmother was a slave here in America. That's why I was asking you, did the genealogy take you off the land? And you don't see anywhere that it took you off the land. What I'm asking, sure, if I can answer it, I will. If I can't, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. But yeah, sure. I was asking her, did your genealogy take you off the land? Because we had slavery going on right here on the land. And this is where you will hear the Minister of Information breakdown, and we're going to break it down too. We're going to talk about it in season 2 of the docuseries. This is where you hear about the second Middle Passage, and that's what affected a lot of our people right here on the land, because there was slavery going on right here on the land, where they were moving people from north to south. They were moving people around the land. Right here on the land. So yes, your grandmother, what up, Lisa? Your grandmother may have been a slave or a prisoner of war, we should say, because we're not slaves. Slaves are Slavic people. But maybe your grandmother was a prisoner of war here on the land. That's not all of our stories, though. That's not all of our stories. All of our people was not prisoners of war on this land. All right, but maybe your grandmother was, but it does not mean that she came from Africa. All right, so that was one of the things I wanted to explain to her. And there were some other things inside of this video that I was trying to explain to her too, but that was one of the things. Just because you do see that your grandmother was a slave on the land does not mean that she came from Africa as a prisoner of war. But let's get into this video, man. The thoughts will come to my head as it plays. Okay, let me move this over here. All right, let's go.
Family, you already know what it is. Peace and black power, man. And I'm here with my
indigenous
sister.
power.
How long have we known each other?
Over 35 years,
25.
like about 30.
How long
30
have we known each other?
Like about 36 years.
So he's known this family. So he's okay. So he's saying he's known this family for 30-something years. And you know, I don't know how strong their interaction was, but at some point this woman knew she was an Indian, and she's been, and if he knows her father, he knows that that's what her father has been telling her. So what I'm trying to show y'all is we're getting ready to see. We're getting ready to see. This is Friends of Sinetta, who pushes the Africa agenda. But he definitely has known some Indians that look like us. But listen how he talks to them. Listen how you remember this? Okay, I seen it about a year ago, and I wanted to bring it on, but I just never got around to it. But listen how he talks to this family though, and listen how this family talks to him.
From the
All
early
this
80s.
time, all this time, I didn't know that you was an American Indian.
Yes, you didn't know.
Talk to us about that.
I'm definitely going to talk about it because I went through the Rastafari culture, Selassie I, Marcus Garvey. I had a shop in 125th Street Mart. I had a Rasta cultural shop. But I did sell books about Black Indians, 100 amazing facts about Black Indians. My dad over there, who's 82, my mom made 83. Today, she would always tell us, my great-grandparents always told us that we're not African, we're Indian, we're American Indian.
Now, let me stop here real quick. I want y'all to pay attention to what she's saying, right? She went through, even though her people told her that she has always told her that she was an Indian. Guess what? She still ended up going another direction. Okay? She still ended up going another direction, as many of us did also. Even though we had grandmamas and elders telling us, I want y'all to pay attention to that. She's telling y'all that even though her grandmama and them always told her she was Indian, she still ended up going another direction due to propaganda, due to this educational system, due to television. Some of us went the Christian route, some of us went the Hebrew Israelite route, some of us went the Pan-African route, so we can't be too hard on people who may have taken another route. Some of us went the Moor route, you feel what I'm saying? The Muslim route, okay? We went through other doors, which I kind of feel like may have been part of our journey though. You know, we had to go through those other doors to learn about those other areas, and bring it back around to us, so I just wanted to point that out. She's letting you know I went through a Rastafari area and then woo, even though my people were telling me we were Indian. One thing I'm proud about, my G-Mom made it through the Trail of Tears to Oklahoma and recorded it. It proved to me time and again, I can't, come on, man, come on, talk about it, Vixen. Talk about it. See what I'm saying? So you have people right here, right amongst us. So you have people right amongst us who are telling you their family has recorded things, or their family has passed down things, or I remember when my grandma or my granddad or my elder in my family would talk to us about who we were. You get what I'm saying? So this isn't about a belief, y'all. This is our bloodline telling us who they were on the land. This is nothing like FBA where they just want you to be black or copper color. No, they want you to be black. They want you to be this. They want you to be this. We are copper colored race of people found here. FBA wants you to be this. And this has no history. This has no land. This has no history. It's not respected by law. All right. But who you are through your bloodline, who you are recognized through the Constitution, is you. All right. Let me let this go. Let me let this go.
That we're Cherokee, Mohawk, Mohegan, Blackfoot, and Yamasee. And if you look up the Yamasee uprising, 1715 to 1718, we tore it up. So none of those Caucasians taking over the Cherokee, the Choctaw, the Chickasaw, the Creek, they never take over Yamasee.
Now, when did you learn that you was an American Indian? When did you learn that?
When I was a child, my parents told me all my life.
When she was a child. She's been told this all her life. Halito, real a time in this defense. What's happening? Real one, what's happening with you? Control girl, what's happening? Y'all checking in. Truth be told is up in here. Lisa M is up in here. Listen to her. She said, I've been told all my life that I was an Indian. I told y'all I remember being a little boy, and the main thing I can remember is my grandmama cooking that oatmeal, and I was asking her, like, why they call y'all colored? Like, why they be saying colored? My grandmama said she was an Indian. She was like, she's an Indian. I remember, I remember this, man. I remember this. But I just want y'all to see that some of us did still end up taking another route, even after our family was telling us these things. Let's go.
Okay, let's
My
talk to your
father
father.
right
Let's come on over here and talk to your pops.
Stacey. All right. Now they want to know from you about your American Indian.
Yeah,
Could you
talk
tell
to
me
me
your
about your
family ties?
heritage here. Are you an African or are you an American Native American?
Now this her daddy. This is her daddy. This is her daddy. All right.
About your
Family ties.
heritage here. Are you an African or are you an American Native American Indian?
Native Indian down in Virginia.
Right.
Down in Virginia. There was a plantation down there with us, and ancestors.
I'm sorry, man. No, you good.
My ancestors were all Indians down there.
Now listen to him talk about those Virginia Indians. Those Virginia Indians. Where was Walter Plecker at when he started changing the census thing? The Racial Integrity Act. This happened in Virginia. This stuff was going on up there in Virginia. All right, like those Virginia Indians. Pay attention, like it's people here to tell their story. You can't tell people who they are because you want them to be from Africa. It's people telling you the history of their family right in your face.
And then once they all died out, they sent to my Aunt Marion a letter stating that
It was on a reservation.
she was on the reservation, so they wanted them to know that if she wanted to keep or sell it or keep the reservation, and she wasn't there. She was.
No, because the reservation is a plantation. They were forced on the reservation. This is why they was on the reservation. If you didn't want to say that you were black, or back then there wasn't no African American. African American just came in 1990 with Jesse Jackson, and that's why he's in a wheelchair.
Correct.
Because he was running around with a Cherokee indigenous card. But my grandparents and great grandparents in Virginia, they didn't want to be accepted as black, whatever. So if you didn't, you went on a reservation to keep your native, but they was treating them so bad, they left the reservation and came to Harlem. They came.
So when we talk about them reservations, man, a lot of them people, that's how you got some of us on the reservations, because some of them chose to play the game of the government and some of us didn't. A majority of us didn't choose to play the control game of the government. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, okay, I got you. Some of our people refuse to play the game of the government to be on them reservations. And like she said, them reservations, I don't know if some of y'all have ever seen documentaries on them reservations. Those reservations are horrible. Y'all think the projects is bad? Y'all think the projects is bad? Them reservations are horrible, man. But yo, I mean, they like zombies on them reservations. They got a certain time they got to be back on the reservation, or they can't come through. Them reservations are crazy.
And they left. They said, we're not taking that mistreatment. And that's what happens when the $5 Indians, now they crying about the reservation. Our people left. We wasn't taking that abuse because a reservation is a plantation. We are NRI, non-reservational Indians.
Non-reservational Indians.
We was here before.
We live. I want you to know we live.
Non-reservational Indians. Remember I showed y'all that in season 1? In Virginia, they all non-reservation Indians were reclassified to Negroes or colors, or did it say slaves? Something like that. But that's in season 1. All non-reservation Indians, they didn't play the game. So they were reclassified. They were reclassified. And that's what she's saying happened to her family. This was her family, their family. This happened. This shit actually happened. You have 2 people here who's telling you what happened to their bloodline family.
Indians, now they crying about the reservation. Our people left. We wasn't taking that abuse because a reservation is a plantation. We are NRI, non-reservational Indians, and non-recognized because we was here before.
We live. I want you to know we live.
Yeah,
and because they wouldn't play the game, they could not be recognized as who they were, the real American Indian. They could not be recognized.
Me myself said them glasses are fly.
Oh,
they like your
so
glasses.
much.
They
Thank
cool.
you. You want a bike ride, baby?
Yeah, they said they like your glasses.
Yes.
So you know that's been the argument for the past couple of months, dealing with the Africans,
but
dealing
you
with the
can see
Native
that they don't
American
look
Indians.
like us.
Now,
And
as
they
I'm
don't
looking
act like
at you,
us.
you do look.
All the features,
Yeah,
all the features. I got it. We don't look like them. We here in Harlem, they don't even interact with us. It's like you.
Now, did you hear Sarnetta? Sarnetta was about to, let me show y'all something. When he said, and I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit so you can hear where Sarnetta was about to go, but she cut that shit off. She stopped that shit. He was about to say, now that I'm looking at you, you do look a little bit like the Indian. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me put this up on the screen real quick. My bad. Let me put this up on the screen. So Sarnetta was getting ready to go into, now that I look at you, you do kind of look like the Indians. This is what he was about to go into. All right? But she stopped him. And she was like, they don't even look like us. So don't get ready to tell me that I do look like the Indian. He was about to go here. Now that I look at, as I've heard a lot of our people do, when somebody says Indian, they look at this guy on the right and say, man, my grandmama did look like an Indian. No, this is the Indian on the left. So you have to get it out your head when you hear Indian. When you hear them talk about the Indian, most of us, we go right to looking at these people on the right and think it's them. When you hear Indian, he was getting ready. He was getting ready to try it. Now that I look at you, you do look. And she was like, we don't even look like them. All right. Shout out to the Real Attentionist Defense checking in. Shout out to Nabi Poet checking in. My sister Mira is in here. Vixen 99 been in here holding it down. Yes. Let's keep going. I want y'all to listen. This is why in season one, I had to take that time out to separate the Native American from the reclassified American Indian Negro of North America. I had to start the series off, the docuseries off. Season one, all season one, I spent time just to get y'all to understand we are not them, they are not us. All right? Two different sets of people. Hold on one second, let me check. My parental great grandparents from Cochran, Georgia, and member of the nation, the Muskogee Creek Nation. Listen, man. Okay, see, and your people knew who they were. Can I show this? I just want to show you who was talking to us. Hold on one second, y'all, and I'm gonna get back to the video. I just want to. My sister sent me her. My sister just sent me something from her family, right? And I just want to show you how do we? You know what, sis? I can't even post it. I can't even show it because let me see something. Okay, hold on. Yes, I can. I just want to show, because I showed y'all what my grandparents look like. Well, all right, you feel what I'm saying? Y'all, listen, these are the people who were telling y'all who y'all were. Okay? These were the people who were telling y'all, nigga, we not African, nigga. And look how they look. I just want to show y'all. I showed y'all my fucking family. Like, I just want y'all to see what your people look like that was telling you. Now this man was getting ready to go into a whole spiel of, okay, wait a minute. Now that I'm looking at you, okay, hold on one second. Now my sister just sent me this, right? This is her maternal, what she said, her paternal grandparents. She said, my paternal grandparents. She said, these are my grandparents from Cochran, Georgia, and members of the Muskogee Creek Nation. I just, when I ask y'all, who were those Indians? When I ask y'all, who were those Indians marching with Dr. King then? If this wasn't about us, and you got relatives, huh? You got relatives who are telling you that they are Indian, right? You have relatives telling you who they are. This is her people. This is her people. You have relatives. Your relatives were telling you who you were. Y'all, I just your relatives were telling you who you were, and you still went another direction. And you got people trying to tell you that you're African. You have people trying to tell you that you're African. This is her grandparents. This is her bloodline. And they knew who they were. You see what I'm saying? And that's the same thing we're watching right now with the Sinetta video. That's the same thing. Somebody's family was telling them for a long time who they were. You can't tell people who they are and who they're not. You can't tell people who they are and who they're not, man. Because you want people to be from Africa. And this is what I'm saying, like, the propaganda, man, that was pushed on our people, man, the propaganda. Let's get back to this video. Let's get back to this. I mean, these were the same people who were out there fighting for Indian civil rights. It made sense to them. Like, come on, y'all.
To see that they don't look like us.
Now, as I'm looking at you, you do look.
All the features.
Listen to them. Now, as I'm looking at you, you do look like a copper color queen. What are you talking about? Who I look like? What I look like? I look like what? You was about to say I look like one of them Native Americans because in your head you think the Indian is the Native American.
The features, I got it. We don't look like them. We here in Harlem, they don't even interact with us. It's like, you know what I realized with Harlem? They keep bringing in different groups in our neighborhood. Remember in the 80s, remember we had the Koreans? All the marketplace. First, we had the Jewish people in Harlem. Then we had the Italians. And then we had the Koreans and the Chinese, all the business groups there. Now we have the Africans. They're going to be here for a time, and then another group is going to come in because they know the only place to make money is from us. Because we don't have to send home money to nowhere in the world because we from here. Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Africans, Mexican, they all got to send money home to build up. We're not going over there by the droves to their country. I just came back from Guatemala, up in the mountains in Chichicastenango for my 60-second solar return. And my best friend, Indian Sarah, Mayan Indians, all the Guatemalans is leaving. And they have no workers, and they're coming over here, and they could just be in a cashier. They doing the jobs we don't want to do. We're not taking care of nobody. We're not taking care of their babies. We're not doing
I
none of
seen
that.
you before, man.
My father, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know I seen you before. I'm
My
looking at
father,
you like,
old school, he born on 123rd Street, 7th Avenue.
oh yeah?
Yeah, we on Harlem. I'm born 116th and 8th Avenue. We Harlem nice. We Harlem. His mother.
116th and 8th Avenue.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
I'm on 118th Street in Manhattan.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And his
8th Avenue. I mean Manhattan Avenue.
Yeah, and her
Yeah.
father used to live in Manhattan.
Larry Tucker them?
Yes.
Oh, well,
Yes,
Yeah,
I know all of them.
all
The
of them.
garage and all of them.
He grew up with
Oh man.
the American Gangster.
Oh yeah. Yes.
What's the guy from American Gangster?
Frank Lucas.
Frank Lucas, and nobody wants to say in Harlem. Nicky, what's his name?
Nicky Barnes.
Nicky Barnes. Pee Wee Kirkland, my boy. Shout
Oh
out to
man.
Pee Wee Kirkland.
You know, you got to give me your number. 'Cause
Yeah,
I got to
definitely
get your number.
Yes, but we just
Yeah.
want, I keep telling people.
I might
in
have
all
to
these
bring you on the show. I got to
countries,
bring you on my show.
It's so great. Why is everybody coming here?
Right. Talk about
right. It was so great.
Oh, don't tell me you're an Indian too now.
Yes, she is. Yes. Muy caliente. Okay, mami.
Oh, hold up. Say that again.
She said she's very hot.
Extremely. Not even extremely.
Mucho.
Extremely.
She said not extremely.
Okay.
Take off the X.
Extremely. Love you. So like, the 6th. So like I was saying, because we're working on a documentary telling untold stories about the so-called, the Black American has gone through 17 name changes from Native American Indian to Savage to Pygmy to Colored to Negro. You know, in the 1950s, could you call somebody Black? It was fighting words.
That's right. I agree.
Now it's Black love, Black love.
In the 1950s, you couldn't even call nobody black. She says where she was from, you couldn't call nobody black, my nigga. Like, them was fighting words. Those were fighting words. But as propaganda comes in, as they push propaganda, they push the Afro this, the Afro that. They everything that moves you away from 1968 Indian. Everything that moves you away from Indian. Now they want you to be Afro. They want you to be Black. Anything but Indian. And since Dr. King's death, we have not had anybody step up politically and connect the Indian to the land since King's death. It's been basically us out here trying to represent this information. But I'm proud of it, though. I'm proud of the Tide Changer because they know who we are. We don't fucking know who we are. We think we're African. All right? We think we're all African.
Lives Matter, Black this, Black that, this Native American Indian to Savage to Pygmy to Colored to Negro. You know, in the 1950s, could you call somebody black? It was fighting words.
That's right. I agree.
Now it's black love, black lives matter, black this, black that. This is black.
Look, and back in the day, the Muslims didn't play either back in the day.
No,
Right.
Muslim.
Now, are you talking about the Nation of
The
Islam?
Nation of Islam.
They was yes.
Right.
We don't that far,
Elijah Muhammad.
and Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
Right.
We knew all of them. We grew up with all of them. We Harlem. I done seen all the changes of all the immigrants
Yeah, me too.
that they bring in our neighborhood to try to keep us down, but they can't keep us down. We still rise to the top. When you look up the word American, it describes copper color, people, and they also reference the new so-called African American. I just want to educate y'all on what an African American
Say
is.
it. Tell 'em.
An African American is a 14th Amendment citizen, Executive 13037, signed by your first black president. Black means absence of light, Bill Clinton. So when Trayvon Martin lost his case, it's because he's an African.
Come on, Vixen. Come on, Vixen. This is why they call us wild Indians, because many of us wasn't going for the BS. This is why they call us wild Indians, because many of us wasn't going for it. We wasn't going.
African American. He is state property. Okay? And this is why when you say black, take the B off of black, you got lack. You say white, take the W of white, you got height. So every time you call a Caucasian white, you heightening him, you lowering yourself, because black, you got lack of knowledge of self, lack of intelligence, lack of who your ancestors are, lack of who you are. Because in the 50s, my mother got into a big argument with her aunt who could pass when you could pass, when it was passing. My Aunt Dave, rest in power, she called my mother a black bitch. And my mother was fighting words when you call somebody black. And so now in 2024, 70 years later, y'all stuck on black. I mean, they argue you down on social media.
Come
I'm
on.
black and I'm proud. If you listen to that song with James Brown,
He never says he's black and he's proud. He tells you to say it.
was forced to sing that song.
Oh,
because
yeah?
they were rioting, and that's when they killed Martin Luther King. So the Jewish music industry told him, calm these Negroes down and sing the song. If you listen to the chorus, 1968, he never sings the chorus because James Brown's Apache Indian. Okay, Apache.
Uh-oh. You said James Brown is a...
I told y'all that a while back. He never says he's black. He tells you to say you're black. You're black and you're proud. He never sings that shit. I mentioned that a while back. I never played this video, but I mentioned that a while back. In that song, he tells you, say it loud. And then the crowd says, I'm black and I'm proud.
So the Jewish music industry told him, calm these Negroes down and sing the song. If you listen to the chorus, 1968, he never sings the chorus because James Brown's Apache Indian. Okay, Apache.
Oh,
What up,
you
Sage?
said James Brown is Apache Indian. All right, she dropping some information here,
And
y'all.
listen, they killed Sam Cooke and Redis Odin because they was going to fund Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. They owned their own publishing. They had their own airplanes and everything. We were just prisoners of war. We was never slaves. They have no ships.
That's
They
right.
got illustrations, but they got millions of pictures showing the Caucasians coming from Europe.
Sister, do you...
I told y'all that. They don't have no pictures of you being slaves coming from Africa. They just have illustrations. They have drawings. They don't have no pictures of y'all coming over here from Africa. They have illustrations, but they do have actual pictures. They actually have actual pictures of them white folks coming over here as slaves to America.
You got access to a computer.
Yes, I do.
You got Cam and all that.
Yeah. Yes.
So you know I'm gonna have to do an interview with you.
Oh, definitely.
I gotta get your number.
Yes,
You gotta give me an interview, and I gotta get Pops as well. You know,
Yes.
because he's the legend. He's the Harlem legend
He
right
is.
here.
Yes, he is.
You know?
He the real deal. And
Yeah.
it's so, you know what I found out with so-called Black Americans? Because they only became Black Americans in the 1980s. And if you go on my TikTok page at
Not
Chief
Black American.
Iskatani, how to push TikTok on me, which means little butterfly in the moonlight. You will see all, I come debunking the lies and I'm coming with receipts. We coming with receipts. We're not
Yes.
making it so your ignorance is their power over you. So you going around saying I'm African American. You was an African American in the 50s,
Come on.
the 60s,
Come
the
on.
70s, the 80s.
Come on.
It's Jesse Jackson sneaky butt met with a small group of people
Right.
and had his Cherokee American Indian card, and he did it, and now he's in a wheelchair because the ancestors is not playing. It's our time. We rising up.
Yeah, I forgot her name. But yeah, if you know her name, put her name in the chat. I think I follow her too. I think I reached out to her after I had talked to her after this video. It was like a year ago. But yeah, y'all. I mean, look at what we're looking at. Yeah, you wasn't called an African American back in the day. When did this African American shit start? African. When did you start putting anything in front of American? What is a Black American? What is that? What is that? Like, stop and think about that. What is a Black American? And you're not even Black. What is a Black American? Anytime you put anything in front of American or America, you are taking yourself off the land. You're taking yourself off the land.
So they don't even have no love for us. They act so nasty. They act
Do you
like
think? Do you feel that they know that we are not
they know
them?
we're not. There's so many videos of them saying they knew us as the Red Indians. They knew us as the Soul people. They know we're not, but it benefits them. African American, they come over and they work that because it works for them. It works for them, but it don't work for us. You go over to Africa. I've been to Africa. Senegal, Gambia, Amok. Okay? And I've been there.
Let me get over here. The light messing it
Yes,
up.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you good. You good. Where you at?
Yeah, and it wasn't good. All these people that go hard for Africa, go there and see for yourself.
Right.
They will call you nigger.
Right.
They will call you weak slave.
They don't
even
respect you.
teach no slave trade story over there. That's a bogus.
I just told y'all, them Africans do not give two shits about your little African slave story over there. They don't care nothing about your little that shit y'all whine and cry about over here. They don't care two shits about your African slave story over there. They look at you as a foreigner. And this is why y'all wannabe Africans be so mad because you can't even go home. You can't even go home because who you call home don't consider you home. They don't consider you family. They consider you foreigners. They don't look at you. Hold on one second, y'all. Who you call family, they don't consider you family. They don't consider you family. Give me 1 second. Let me show y'all something. Who you want to call family, y'all claim them. They don't claim y'all. They rob y'all. They treat y'all like foreigners. All right? I'll find it later. Hold on a second. Them people do not look at y'all as family. Y'all are forcing yourself on them people when your grandmama them told y'all that they were Indian. Now, how did you become the African? How did that happen? Right here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull this up. This is how they talk about y'all. They talk about y'all like this. Let me put it up on the screen.
If you were born in America and have lived there for 300 years, you're no longer African. Those are Americans. Not our brothers. They're not our brothers. If you were born in America and have lived there for 300 years, you're no longer African. Those are Americans.
That's how they talk about you. That's how they talk about you over there. They don't care nothing about your African slave story over there. Let her cook.
Story. So take our land because we have this land pass.
You look just like my son, dude. I thought I'm getting ready to call you right there. I see you coming, same height, all that. You look just like my son right now.
I got you, boo. Okay. All right. Okay, peace. Yes, brother. So what you were saying, son?
Yeah, I was asking you, do they know?
Oh, yeah, they know.
Yeah.
There's a brother that they tried to block on YouTube and everything because he said at one time there was no such thing as West Africa. When you really think about it, you only hear about Ethiopia, Egypt. You didn't hear about West Africa.
Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all during the time that they claimed they was bringing all those people over here? Now, I don't know what brother she talking about. But I told y'all West Africa was not even populated during that time. Godfather checking in. My brother. West Africa was not even populated during that time. And this is why you have the American Colonization Society taking people from America over into Africa. So this is why those West Africans probably do look like you, because they are a bunch of misplaced Indians, probably. But they took a lot of us from here. It's documented. The American Colonization Society actually existed. And one thing she's pointing out is sellouts was not just born yesterday. We've been had sellouts amongst us. Look at Marcus Garvey. Never been to Africa, never set foot in Africa. But he was trying to send y'all Negroes to Africa. Marcus Garvey never set foot in Africa. But he was trying to get you Negroes off the land to Africa. How the fuck do you try to sell me a car and you ain't test drove it yet? You ain't even test drove the car to make sure the car can run. Like, so you just gonna put me in this car where the brakes is fucking finna go out, the transmission finna go, and I'm finna go down this hill. And I ain't got no brakes. You didn't test drive this car. You haven't been inside this car before you gave it to me. But yet Marcus Garvey wanted to send you Negroes to Africa. And he never been there, never went there. He was working with the American Colonization Society, sellout Negroes. And the conscious community praises that nigga like he's some fucking, some god. They praise Marcus Garvey as if he's some God to us. When he was a whole sellout Negro writing letters to the Ku Klux Klan, telling them how he feels like they're more of a friend to us than any white man. Marcus Garvey, y'all boy.
He said those people are different people. And this is the most important people need to know. We were taken from here to the West Indies, then to Europe, okay?
Mm. Come on. Now, I ain't seen this thing in over a year or so. Now, she's telling y'all what I just told y'all. We were taken from here. We were taken from here into other places. What are y'all talking about, man? What are y'all talking about? Come on, man.
Such thing as West Africa. When you really think about it, you only hear about Ethiopia, Egypt. You didn't hear about West Africa. He said those people are different people. And this is the most important people need to know. We were taken from here to the West Indies, then to Europe, okay? Mm-hmm. And then they took 15,000 people went to Liberia because they souped them up to go to Liberia. And that's why you always hear that song that Michael Jackson.
the American Colonization Society to Liberia, West Africa. Come on, she cooking, man. Hold on.
You didn't hear about West Africa. He said those people are different people. And this is the most important people need to know. We were taken from here to the West Indies, then to Europe, okay? And then they took 15,000 people went to Liberia because they souped them up to go to Liberia. And that's why you always hear that song that Michael Jackson sings, Liberian girl, you are my queen. Watch that video because everything has been in plain sight. If you watch all Italian mafia movies, they said the niggers, the Indians, same people. The movies been telling us all the time. You see in some movies, they'll say, now look at Cicely Tyson. You look her up, she's gonna be as an American. My main man, Morgan Freeman, says, I'm not no African. They want to make, he's Choctaw, straight Choctaw. He said, I'm American. Whoopi Goldberg says, I'm American because we know our, let me tell you, a Chinese don't say, my grandmother was Chinese. Then what are you? But
so how did we get lost? How did we forget who we are?
Because between 1924 to 1967, if you said you was Choctaw, Blackfoot, Chickasaw Creek, Yamasee, Seminole, Muskogee Creek, you were locked up. You went to jail. So they had to hide. And if, like my great-grandparents in Virginia, you would either go on the reservation, and then they saw the reservation was torture, it was a plantation, so they left. But nobody has gone through that but the United States, which was a republic, and it became a corporation by the government, and the colonizer gave us black, Negro, all these things, but our people don't do their research.
Now, for some of y'all who may ask, well, why, I have family members who won't talk about this, This could be a reason why. What she just explained, how what they went through back then, and why they a lot of our people protected us by just saying, hey man, just you black, you Negro, just go along with it, man. Like, just go along with it, man. You Indian, but don't go out there saying that, because we went through a lot being calling ourselves Indian. A lot of torture, a lot of being locked up, a lot of being killed behind saying that you were Indian.
What's good about this is you got your pop standing with you.
Yes, 80, about to be 82 years young. My mother's 83 today. Shout out to her.
He vouched for you. He taught you this. He
yes,
taught you
all our lives. That's all we do. When I got into the Rastafari culture, my parents said, you ain't African. We ain't African. We Indian. Okay? And it's
look how they had to come back and correct their child. Baby, you ain't African. You ain't African, baby. I mean, many of us had to come back and be corrected because of propaganda, the education system. Many of us we ignored our own bloodline to listen to some biased scholars tell us this, tell us that, tell us we're from Africa, and we ignored our own bloodline. Look how her people had to reel her back in. No, baby, we ain't African. All right? We ain't African.
Yeah, and he vouched for you. He taught you this. He taught you
all our lives. That's all we do. When I got into the Rastafari culture, my parents said, you ain't African. We ain't African. We Indian. Okay? And there's a lot of parents, but you young, the 90s. You remember the 90s, Harlem Hunters, at my shop on the Mark, at my Rastafari baby father, whole nine, telling my Rasta this, that, the other. But after a while, there's a great awakening because you see that what you're claiming is not you. You realize that's not me.
So let me ask.
After a while, if you want the truth, you're going to have a great awakening. And you're going to see that what you're claiming is not you. You're going to look at the culture. You're going to look at you're going to look at everything. How you move, how you sing, how you walk, how you talk. The culture is going to kick in and you're going to be like, I'm not them. We're not them. We don't even look alike.
Pops, a question. What was the religion of your people, of our people here?
They were spiritual. They didn't have.
They were spiritual. They were not into religion. They were not into Jesus and woo, woo, woo. They were spiritual. They acknowledged nature. They acknowledged the universe. They were not into man-made religions. But let me go. Let me get out. Let me get off that.
Have religion.
They dealt with nature.
Because
they
what
followed
happened
nature.
was the colonizer came and introduced us to religion because they did moon worshiping. They did the sun. The sun is like Amun Ra.
It's like
without
life.
the sun, you can't have nothing. So they had the sun, the moon, the water. Every time my grandson over there, every time he see a tree, he hug a tree. He thank you, tree. I love you, tree. We see the water. Thank you, water. Water is life. Thank you, water spirit. Thank you, water God.
So they was not Hebrews or nothing? Hebrew
Well,
Israelites?
certain people were Hebrew Israelites,
Uh-huh.
but our people wasn't. Yeah, but not yet. I want to show.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
all right.
You can smoke the peace pipe. It's
Oh,
all
they
right.
want me to. They want me to smoke the peace pipe.
Yeah,
This is
smoke the
called
peace
cheaper.
pipe.
This is cheaper.
Sonetta.
I'm not gonna stay along because I got another appointment.
All right.
You know, but
Yes.
she'll take.
I'm gonna give
peace
you
pipe.
his number.
Give me his number.
See,
I'm gonna give it to him.
All right, I got it. She's smoking that peace pipe, showing y'all.
That's right.
that-
I
yeah.
look just like my dad. He's all that.
Yeah.
He came up with
Nice
the
to
greatest
meet you, brother.
gangsters, the greatest singers, and everything.
You know, we know.
That's right.
I'm sorry, but that's a good point. I'm Bones. I'm gonna drop the link. You know I gotta drop the link when I see you come in. If you up, I'm dropping the link. I'm dropping the link for you, Bones. If you want to come up, I'm dropping the link for you. You know, when I see you come in, we got to talk about it, man. The link is in the chat for you, Bones. I had to stop it just for a second because Step Up made a good point. Lisa made a good point. Lisa made a good point where she said they declassified us in order to steal our land. This was all for land, but Step Up had a good point too. Not just the land, but our identities. While you have people running around here saying we're stealing, go ahead, brother. You got time. You got time. I just started this video not long ago. While you got people running around here saying we are stealing the Native Americans' culture, we're stealing their identity, and then I ask people, what is the Native American culture? What is it? Break it down to me. Walk me slow through what the Native Americans' culture is, because all I see is the Native Americans stealing our culture. That's going to be also in the video that's going to air at 10 on my channel. That's going to be that's premiering at 10 o'clock on my channel. That's going to be also in there. Culture. Show us your culture. What is your culture? Native Americans? Because what it looks like is you're stealing every bit of our culture, our identity. Now you have to show me how we're copying you, what we do to copy you. Let's keep going. I'm gonna keep going.
I was right around.
Yeah, I knew this brother here for a long time.
That's my first
He always showed love and support. Always.
We cheaping out here in Harlem. That's right. And this is why they made it illegal, because this is something that was part of our culture for so long. And it has an essence that takes you to another level and dimension. You know what I'm saying? When you do cannabis, it's good for all the things, but they take everything that's going to enhance us because they don't want us to be connected to nature. You know, you American Indian, I grow all my own food. Every seed I collect, I grow. I've been growing food, everything. But check this out.
Now, she's talking about growing food. Now, Brother Bones is getting ready to hit the panel too. This is what I went down to his community for. When I went down to Brother Bones' community. That's what I went down there for. The video is on my page. I forgot what it's called. It's something about Chief Cali visits Tipton, Georgia. That's what we went down there for, because he wanted to show me how the American Indians of his community come together. And I'll let him even explain that a little more when he comes back up. How they down in his community farm their own land, and they make their money off of the land. Like that, you know, he can explain it better, but he took the tools that are used, that are available to us as American Indians, and he put it to work in his community. But I'll let him explain that when he comes up. But that's what she's talking about growing your own food in your own land and things like that.
Cannabis is good for all the things, but they take everything that's going to enhance us because they don't want us to be connected to nature. You know, you American Indian, I grow all my own food. Every seed I collect, I grow. I've been growing food, everything. But check this out. Have you noticed that they said the African built the pyramids? Did you know that there's more pyramids in America than Africa?
I've heard that. I've heard it.
And I got it all on my TikTok, everything. I debunk all the lies. But when they come here, they're not building anything. They're not building nothing. They're just being made for. They're doing the jobs that we would never do anymore. And another thing, when they come here to be doctors. That's what my Chico posse. They said, he knows the Africans come here. They only come here to be doctors. They don't come here. You don't see them building up the construction, all these buildings. You don't see none of these Africans on these construction sites. You don't see them. They're not builders. We are the mound builders. We the one built. Egypt is here, and every time you look, they're finding mummies and everything's here because Egypt is here.
Shout out to everybody checking in, man. I see Chris Jackson checking in. My sister TC Chronicles just checked in too. I thought I seen somebody else. But shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all who are really helping with this information. I mean, y'all are in the chat, like really breaking some stuff down, and I appreciate that. You know, I don't claim to know everything, but I'm just trying to bring things to the table that helps y'all to at least start scratching your head, or, you know, go a little deeper for a lot of new people who are new to the information. All right. So we got to help each other. Each one teach one, man. And that's what we're doing. But I thought this was a good video. When Bones come up, y'all know that brother's going to go in, you know, so give me a second.
You have to break the spell. You have to re-educate yourself. Like you studying for college, study for yourself. And you will see for yourself, because they know we're not the same. They just hear benefit, and the benefit is up because the United States corporation has been dismantled, and there's a lot of stuff coming right now. And I'm glad he got me on the show, because I'm not a psychic, but y'all don't follow what's really going on. Y'all watch television, fake news, and y'all believe what these fake entertainers telling you, but they all going down too for the lies. Now guess what? Chris Brown is Paul Monkey Tribe. Kevin Gates, Creek Nation. Most Def, Cherokee. Yes, we got Cherokee. Snoop
that's
Dogg.
your cousin. That's
my
your
cousin. That's my family.
Oh,
Snoop Dogg.
So you know.
We always been known.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Now pay attention to how her family members are coming around. Pay attention to how her family members are coming around. And this is what I tell y'all about me and my family. I don't get pushback from my family about this information. My family be coming in here in the chat. You don't see none of my family coming in here talking about, no, nigga, we African. What are you talking about up there? We African. No. My aunts, my uncles call me chief. You feel what I'm saying? You'll even hear my mama call me chief here and there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, my mama and daddy will tell you they are not African. They ain't no Africans. My grandmamas would have told you they ain't no Africans. This is what I'm saying. You got to dig into your family, man. Notice how her family is coming around, and they know exactly what she's talking about. Yeah, cuz we know what you're talking about. Nigga, we know who we are.
Guess what? Chris Brown is Pamunkey tribe.
Virginia
Kevin
Indian.
Gates, Creek Nation. Most Def, Cherokee. Yes, we got Cherokee. Snoop
that's
Dogg.
your cousin. That's your
my
family.
cousin. That's my family.
Oh,
Snoop Dogg.
So you know.
Yeah, we always been known.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm half Spanish, so you already know.
Oh, right. There you go.
I'm spiritual.
But Spanish is Indian.
Okay,
That's
there you
Indian
go.
too. That's our.
You half Dominican?
No, Puerto Rican, but Puerto Rican is
too.
the Taino. But,
Yeah, me too. My father Puerto Rican.
But let me tell you about Puerto Rico, what y'all don't know.
Yeah,
Puerto Rico's, and shout out to Rosie Perez, who always been saying she's Taino. You Puerto Rican, this is how the Tainos look like you, Sanetta. Him, all of us. They're Tainos.
Okay.
And then in Haiti, they're Awaks. In Jamaica, they Tainos and
It's okay. It's okay. Just keep trying. Keep trying. Keep trying. Keep trying. The tide is turning. The tide is turning. Just keep trying. Keep trying. You got a lot of information. You hold a lot of information. Keep trying. Keep going. Plant them seeds. Plant them seeds. Because really, listen, man, it's for the youth. These seeds that we are planting are for our babies coming. Because a lot of these adults, they've already been programmed with black and Africa. A lot of these adults have already keep talking. This is why I keep telling y'all I make my shit so easy and so simple, because it's the babies coming behind us that needs this information, and you can't be too deep for them. You feel what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you, it's some real smart babies out there that's gonna come busting. They gonna come out of high school. Listen, they gonna come out of middle school and high school busting with the information, and they gonna be smarter than we were with the information. They gonna go deeper than we were with the information. You feel what I'm saying? Keep trying. Keep trying. Present it to our babies. Brother Bones has just joined the panel. My brother, what's happening with you?
Greetings, greetings.
You know, it's always an honor when you hit the panel with me, man. I love doing my shows with you. So, Bones, what I'm doing right now is I'm running through a video of Sanetta ran into some American Indians. I don't know if you've seen this video before or not. I don't know if you've seen this. Hey, Amina, what's happening with you? What's happening with you? Glad you checking in. What's happening? What's happening? What I'm showing is a video of Sanetta ran into some American Indians. I'm not sure if you've seen this video or not. It's been out here for a while. My cousin Slim Bull checking in. But basically, this is a father and a daughter who ran into Sanetta, and they're telling Sanetta who they are. So Bones, if you want to jump in, if you hear anything, you know how we do. If it's something you want me to pause on, let me know. I got a premiere to do at 10, but if you hear something, just let me know.
All right, no problem.
All right. So I'm gonna get back into the video. We got about 15 more minutes into this video, but I'm gonna let you cook if you hear something.
Rooms. And that's why they call it the West Indies. When they came here in the 70s, we knew them as the West Indies. Why don't they have the West Indian Day Parade and dress up with feathers and all this?
Yeah.
And for how many, 30, 40 years they've been having the West Indian Day Parade?
I love you. You can talk, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I got to get you on my show. I got to get you on my show. Peace and Black Power. Here, let me...
An indigenous of toxin original.
Yeah, I got...
Come on, she talking her shit, right? See, now listen to how he's talking to her, though. But when he talks to us online, he disrespects the American Indian. He talks down on the American Indian. Oh, y'all niggas, y'all ain't no Indians and woo, woo, woo. But listen how much respect he's giving these people right here.
Because I hate to say it, Callie. Remember, I've been saying it for a minute. Some of these people are coming for a money grab.
Facts. I just did a show on that yesterday, Bones, because you got Kevin Wesley. You got Kevin Wesley now trying to come over into this community. You caught it. I mean, you caught it right there. A lot of these people are coming over here for a money grab. But yeah, listen how he talks respectfully to them.
Gotta bring you on my
Black
show,
is
Queen.
Wizard. What? We're not doing that government spell casting words anymore.
Here you go. Give me your number, and I can just when I call you.
And I'll give you my dad's number.
Right. Because I'm gonna have to. You got to bring him on too.
Oh yeah.
Bring him on my show.
I'm in. Yeah, I bring him
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where all the knowledge is at, right here on the HOK.
You don't hear it, Kelly?
Okay, so I dialed it, so you have.
You said what? The money grab?
When they were like, "Oh, you got a show? Oh, yeah, I got a show. This is where all the information is."
Okay.
This is the same person that years ago that a lot of us personally went over there for information that got blocked. Went over there to talk to people that got blocked. It just amazes me now that these people are like the poster boy for the people in the front of the movement now.
Thanks. Real talk.
Okay.
Let's take a picture together. Hold it.
We already did, but we'll take another one.
Yeah. Oh no, we did. Okay, good. I got that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put that under your number.
Right.
And this is my great cousin. Greatness. We are greatness. That's it. We are greatness. Like you know what? There's I just was showing my father, Muhammad Ali in 1958. He was getting ready to win the gold medal.
That's
all
when
right,
he was
baby.
Cassius Clay.
Yeah, that's when he was Cassius Clay.
I said, I see what y'all doing. I'm out of here.
Okay, that's my son, the Mark baby.
Oh yeah.
From Africa when he was won everything.
Oh, okay.
Remember you, Robert?
Yeah, he was the Mark baby in the Mark.
How old was he? Oh wow.
He owned the commercials, everything. Now he's an entrepreneur and everything.
Her son was born over in Africa. Her son was born over. He walked up. He said, "Oh, I hear what y'all doing," because he like, "Nigga, I'm African." He was like, "Oh, I see what y'all."
That's an interesting too, Callie. I want to say I spent the last 2 weeks purposely like on these social platforms from TikTok, Instagram, just listening in. And I hate to say we have an influx of people that have no idea about this American Indian history starting to speak about it.
I'm trying to tell you. That's why I did the live on Kevin Wesley yesterday. Bones. I did a live, man. Bones, you got to go watch my live from yesterday. I said, this is who's finna come over here trying to teach y'all about your American Indian history. Bones wasn't even over here for that live yesterday. And listen to what he's saying. Listen to what he's saying. He wasn't even here for my live yesterday. But this is telling y'all what we have gone through in this American Indian community. And this is why I'm telling y'all, some of these people don't give two shits about this history. They're here to make money. And you have to call them out. You have to call them out. You have to call them out. You ain't hear Bones? Okay. Nah, Bones is calling it out, and he wasn't even here yesterday when I was doing the live on Kevin Wesley. But these people see the African ship has sunk. It's done. And they see that we are the new wave. Like we're the new wave. So where are the grifters going to come? They're coming over here. We've been talking this. I told y'all, we've been doing this before it was popular, before it was cool. I think LL came in here and said it yesterday. He said, man, we talking about, and Bones can go back even farther in his fight. And we're just talking about social media platforms. LL came in here and was like, yeah, man, we talking about Facebook groups. We was banging with people. We talking about the Final Battle group. We talking about coming on here and just running into all the different Africans.
Yeah, that's why I tell people some of us can go back to 2012 where we was here fighting and arguing during this information. That's why I tell people it's not new. It has always been here. The difference is it's on social media heavy now, and some people are using it for clout and money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's keep going.
you know. But like I was saying,
You probably got to put more in there.
right. So what I was saying to you, Sonetta, about
What up, Robbie?
what I just said to you before my son came.
I forgot.
Well, look at that baby. So this was cool. It was about something about, I remember now. Now, this is what you need to think about. Okay? We don't went through, first of all, the Civil Rights Act of 1968. Remember I told you between 1924 and 1967, you couldn't say you was American Indian. You got locked up. 1968 Civil Rights Act was the Indian Bill of Rights, and the Indian.
Put your name. That's your number right there. Right? Put your name.
Okay. And the,
Go ahead.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. People that's regurgitating things that they got brief minutes from coming on someone's channel or came across information one of us done put out there, and not having a full understanding of the information, then going places and speaking on it, and we wonder why we have a harder problem with this fight.
Yeah. And this is what I was talking about yesterday about some people coming in mixing the dope and shit like that. But the main thing I wanted to show with this video was that her people has been telling her since she was a child that she was an Indian, right? But like I was saying, many of us ended up still going down another path, even after our family has told us this. So she was kind of talking earlier in this video how she went to Rastafari movement and all of that. And, you know, her father had to reel her back in like, yo, hey, we ain't African and we ain't on, like, that ain't us. You know, and one thing I was explaining was how many of us have, you know, because of the propaganda, like we talk about in the docuseries Bones, and because of the education system, many of us did take another route outside of what our bloodline was telling us. But now we see that people are actually waking up and coming back around, you know. But I definitely get what you're saying on the information. And that's why I don't get out here trying to act like I have all the information. I try to surround myself with people who do have the information. Let me get back to this.
Indian Removal Act and a peace treaty. I was talking about Muhammad Ali. In 1958, Muhammad Ali said he was, you know, almost a champion of Olympics and all this. He said he went to a restaurant in Ohio, and he was getting ready to go in the restaurant, and he said it was two Africans. They was blue black. They had turbans. They couldn't speak English. 1958, the owner of the restaurant said the Africans can come in. They're not the same with the Negroes. They're different. They're not the same. He said they're not the same people. You can let them in, but don't let the Negroes in. And the reason why they say that, because the Negro is the American Indian, owns this land. We still got our treaties and everything. But as long as you dumb, deaf, and blind and thinking you African American or 14th Amendment citizen, they can treat you any kind of way. You see what I'm saying? And then after that, he said he threw his medal in the water because he said he done went the Olympics, everything. But he says this very powerful quote. He says a quote that anytime you disrespect the artist that created you, he said you are disrespecting yourself and you will never get close to God, because that person that you're disrespecting is your God. And this is what Muhammad Ali said. You go on my page, I got everything. Everything.
Here, give me your name. I got to roll.
All right.
Thank you. I'm glad I bumped into y'all.
Yeah,
man.
it was divine
It was meant
order
for me to come down here to see you.
Yes.
What's your YouTube?
Yeah. It's okay.
I know his. I know y'all.
Yeah.
I know it.
House of Consciousness.
Right, House of Consciousness.
I'm gonna find what learn so I can learn.
Consciousness is with a K, not the C.
And he had a lot of controversy when he started coming. He was right
That's
there
right.
in front of the mart saying, "Oh, but we ain't African." It was just so. See, your lack of knowledge is their power over you. If you don't know who you are, that's on you. And somebody can tell you, you can't tell a Cocker Spaniel he's a poodle. You can't tell a cat he's a rat. You know what I'm saying? A dog, right? So you gotta know who you are. Stop letting the government tell you, oh, you this, you black. 1950, black was fighting word. We are brown with brown eyes.
Here you go. I'm live right now on my show. See it? Where it say live at? You see her? You see her right now. Yeah, you see her. She live right now.
Stop right now.
Yeah.
I put Chief. Now I didn't want to put the whole name because it's Chief Iskatani. You had to push detox on me. I just put Chief Iskatani, which means
That was who for whoever was looking for her page. That was her name. She said it shit so fast.
I put Chief. Now I didn't want to put the whole name because it's Chief Iskatani. You had to push detox on me. I just put Chief Iskatani, which means
Chief Iskatani.
little butterfly under the moonlight. So I'm glad I saw you, brother.
Yes.
So we gonna really, I got a lot of information. I got all.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop it there because I think they just doing a lot of chit chatting right here. But there's something else I want y'all to see, right? Okay, watch this. Now we're gonna listen to Sarnetta as he walks away. All right, and he's talking to his chat. All right, so let's listen to him as he's talking to his chat now. Now, you know he has a whole Pan-African chat. Now, the Pan-African chat wasn't too happy with him in this little interview. So let's listen.
Pow wow.
Chief Eagle.
There you go. There you go. Chief Eagle Eye right there. You know, I interviewed him not too long ago.
That's him. Chief Eagle Eye. That's but I got so many pictures. I'm going to. He took me to the Shinnecock. He took me to the Uklechuck Nation. He took me everywhere. Chief Eagle Eye. I mean, he.
Okay, let me go. I gotta go.
All right.
Peace, Queen. All right, my brother. Yeah, what do y'all think about the interview? What do y'all think about the interview?
He's asking his chat, what do y'all think about the interview? They about to tell y'all how they feel about the interview. What's your Facebook, Joe? Joseph Scott? Let me see. I think I'm following you on one of my yeah, we friends. Okay, we good. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Do you want me to put your Facebook up? You said in your friends list? Okay. I'm gonna see. God damn, you got 1,000,001 friends, nigga. Like shit. You got a fucking 1,000,000 friends, nigga. Sheesh. Yeah, well, good luck with y'all. Y'all go on the brother Joseph Scott. His name is on Facebook. His name is Joseph Scott. Good luck with finding that lady. Like through all them friends that nigga got. Hella friends. God damn. That nigga got shit. Yeah, good luck with finding her though. She on there somewhere in his friends list, he said. Let me so Sarnetta is now asking, how did y'all like the interview? We're about done. We're about done.
What do y'all think about the interview, yo? A lot of people are starting to wake up.
Now, listen to what Sarnetta just said. Listen to what Mr. Pan-African himself just said. A lot of people are starting to wake up. This is Mr. Pan-African himself. Just talked to an Indian, and he said, oh, a lot of people are starting to wake up.
What do y'all think about the interview, yo? A lot of people are starting to wake up. A lot of people are starting to wake up. This is getting serious, man.
This is how you know that Pan-African boat done sunk. It's getting serious. A lot of people are starting to wake up. That whole little slave story they told us coming across the transatlantic, it's not sounding the same in 2025, 2026. It's not sounding like it did when we were just following shit. It's not sounding the same. A lot of people are starting to wake up. This is getting serious. When you start pulling the American Colonization Society into this, this gets even more interesting. All right? I'm just letting y'all, this is the end of it though, y'all.
Why do you think I'm wild, bro? Why?
They said in his chat. They said in his chat, you wild, Sinetta. He like, why do you think I'm wild?
Why do you think I'm wild, bro? Why I gotta be wild?
You're wild because your audience is still stuck in Africa. Your audience over there don't believe in this Indian shit. They still stuck in Africa. They're still
Even him for years. Even Sarnetta for years pushed back against the American Indian information. And now you see all of them gravitating to it. It's not because, they suddenly believe. It's like you said, that ship is sunk and they're grifting over for another money grab.
Come on. I told y'all yesterday, this is why Tariq Nasheed is over here. This is why Tariq Nasheed is over here with the FBA bullshit. They see the African ship has sunk. Ain't nobody on that. Look at General Seti. Oh, FBA loves him now. He's a FBA boy. He's an FBA hard hitter. When he was one of the biggest Pan-Africans. One of the biggest.
Think about it. A lot of them are responsible for bringing some of the most misused and misinformed information to social media. And they're just going to do the same thing under a new brand, a new name, but it's the same game.
Same game. Again, this is why I called out Kevin Wesley yesterday. He sees a lot of the people that was fucking with him are gravitating towards me with this Indian information, and he can't find no content. Nobody cares about his polygamy life. Nobody cares about his talk about religion. Damn near don't nobody believe in religion no more. Ain't nobody on that religious shit no more. So he don't have nothing to talk about. His little skits. How many times is we gonna play Hype Me Up? They said he made about 10 more Hype Me Up videos. How many more videos is you gonna make screaming Hype Me Up? So now he sees people are gravitating towards this Indian information, this indigenous information. And this is what he came with yesterday, Bones. This is what he came with yesterday. Let me show you this. He want to start teaching the people. He finna come over here and start teaching the people about their indigenous history. You ain't never heard this nigga talk nothing about this history. Never heard this nigga talk none of that shit. But now, because he can't find no content, he wants to come over here in this community and mix dope. He wants to come over here and start mixing the dope. Look, Bones. You ain't see this yesterday. This is who's trying to come over here and teach you your indigenous history. Let that sit there for a second. I told them, Bones, this is a different crowd over here. They ain't gonna play with them over here. Remember Kalinago and all of them, Bones?
Yep.
Remember how we ran? What? Come on, man. They're not gonna play with you over here with this information. They're not gonna play with you over here. This is him trying to come over into your community, you know, and he's gonna teach y'all about Columbus. He's gonna teach us something about. He's gonna teach us about Columbia, a diary that Columbus wrote. Yeah, so you gonna send it back to us. You gonna repackage it in your way, because you over there watching a couple Dane Calloway videos, and you think you can come over here and teach now. Look at boy, they had a time with his ass in here yesterday, boy. No diddy. They had a time with clowning this nigga yesterday in this Indian community. I told him, I said, nigga, can't nobody save you over here. I don't care who you go stand next to. You're a clown over here in this community. You're a clown in our community, bro. Nobody can save you over here, no matter who you go stand next to. Who you think you done befriended over here? It's Indians over here that don't like Indians, nigga. It's niggas over here that don't like Dane Calloway. It's niggas over here that don't like Chief Cali. It's Indians over here that don't like Chief Topcats. It's Indians over here that don't like Aboriginal power, nigga. Nobody you go stand next to, you gonna get some arrows shot at your clown ass coming over here with that shit. I try to tell you. Trying to tell them, man. So, you know, I mean, bro, you come over here with that bullshit, nigga. Like, nigga, they already told you over there on TikTok, they waiting on you. They waiting on you to come through there on TikTok. They said they gonna tear your ass alive when you come through that TikTok era, that TikTok door.
No, he might like it on there because they love arguing on there too much.
Now, I know it's some people, some real solid people that say, nah, we waiting on that nigga. It's some real solid people that we know, Bones, that said, nah, we waiting on that nigga to come through that TikTok door. Because it's some of us, Bones. It's some of us over there. Some of the ones we mess with, Bones, is over there.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like I said,
Yeah.
I've been going back and forth over there for the last 3 weeks on certain panels where I've been getting invites.
Yeah, and you know, Bones, I keep my circle small with who I fuck with on the information. So the people I'm talking about that's waiting on them, we have encountered. We know who they are. Like, we know. They said, boy, we waiting on that nigga. We waiting on. So yeah, this ain't gonna be no easy game to play over in this Indian community. Now, Bones, before I go, I'm gonna get ready to end this. But before I go, you know, there was a part she brought up about there was a part that she brought up about growing our own food and things like that here on the land, and I told them when I first came to your community, that's what I came there for the first time, was to learn about the American Indian community there and how you guys were living off the land. Y'all were helping to, you know, grow your own food. If you could, can you just kind of talk to the people about, you know, what you showed me when I came? The video is still up. It's called Chief Cali Visits Tifton, Georgia, I believe. But just kind of talk to them about your community and what y'all do in your community down there in Tifton.
Yeah, basically, again, like Callie said, we met years ago when I was dealing with a lot of information that was showing communities how we can rebuild ourselves by using farming and working amongst each other. So we started using it locally to the point to where we started producing our own foods. Then we started producing enough of them to where now we have our own farmers markets and we have our own events and stuff that we put on for ourselves in our community. Even to the point now, our electric company is a co-op to where we get a benefit and a kickback every month from the electric company. And again, it's just using this information that was left for us and applying it so we can fix our communities. So when people tell you that it doesn't exist, I'm a walking, living example to show you, yes, it does. And it can be used and you can rebuild your community with it.
That's real. That's real. Another thing before I go, Bones, I wanted, now you wasn't here. Lisa says, I remember being teased by other Black children about looking like I was Indian. I had to fight about stuff like that. They would try to pull my hair. Little do they know you were the Indian. You are the Indian. Not you look like the Indian. You are the Indian. Little do they know, jokes on them. Little do they know, jokes on them. One thing I wanted to ask you about before I go, and I'm gonna end it with this, is recently I did a video on ICE going through the reservations. And I think me and you have talked about this before. Can you kind of break down, I did, you know, the whole birthright thing that Trump is doing, and also just, you know, kind of give them some insight on why they're running through those reservations and they're not running through your project, sending you back to Africa. You know, if you can touch on that, and then we'll slide out on that. You know, I'll let you end it on that.
Yeah, correct. Well, the reason why you see it's happening, because again, what did they tell you? A lot of these immigrants come to America and marry in. Some of them got close to the reservations, married in, and tried to get their citizenship that way. The U.S. government know that they're here illegally, so they're going through there, making sure that they have genealogy and the right paperwork to belong to the tribes, or if not, you got to go, which I feel like is a good thing because it allows some of us who have the right paperwork, who have the right family connections, to go back to our families once we get a lot of this stuff out the way.
Yeah, so you know, this is what, so the video that I'm uploading that's going to air at 10 o'clock this morning, let me see if it's even up. Let me see if it finished. It was uploading. It's going to, I played the video the other day. Matter of fact, before I go, I'll play a little bit of it. Let me see if it uploaded. Okay, upcoming. Yeah, so it's already ready to go at 10 a.m. It's this video. I'll play a little bit of it. Bones, you wasn't here, so I'll play a little bit of it. And then I extended it. I extended this video, so there'll be more information added into this video. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up right quick. You didn't see this, Bone, but I'm gonna, you know. First, let me play. Let me play her short video first. I'm gonna play her short video first, so you can see what she said, and then I'll go into a little bit of the video I made on her. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me find her. Let me find out which one it is. Is it this one? Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to play a little bit of her video first. This is the video that's going up at 10 o'clock.
Ovi is trying to say that birthright.
Bones, give me your thoughts on this when you listen to her. Just, I got another video I'm finna.
All right, no problem.
Give me your thoughts on her right quick.
The GOV is trying to say that birthright citizenships of Native Americans isn't a real thing. That we were not here, and so it's not our right just to be a citizen of America because, pause, now I'm hearing because we actually came from Siberia and we weren't always here. So that's what I'm getting at, is that there's a lot of different places I've heard, and right now up north, people's reservations are getting split in half and some are being sent to Canada. How is that possible? I don't really know. Also, I'm from Oklahoma, my tribes here, you know. If they give me the option of deporting me and tell me, you know, you pick where you want to go, I'll just do that, because this is all I've ever known. This is all my family's ever known. This is where we're from. So I'm just giving the backstory of what that was about. The Siberia thing, I don't know. I'm just reading comments, and this is what everyone's saying is, we weren't from here. We're not the first ones here. Okay, I wasn't here years and years and years ago, so I can't really tell you, but from, I don't know, just history in itself, I don't know where the hell we're all going to go. There's reservations all over this country. There's a lot of Native Americans everywhere. So if you're going to kick us all out, I don't know. And then I heard someone saying, well, don't go to Europe. If you get deported, don't go to Europe or something, because I don't even care to go to Europe. Shit, I'd go to, like, I don't know, somewhere fun. But anyways, that's what the backstory is on all of this. I don't really have a firm understanding of whatever it is. I don't even like politics. It just cracked me up because they said I was going to get deported to Siberia, and that's hysterical to me. But so be it. I mean, turn up in Siberia, I guess. You know, all my natives are just going to meet me there. We're going to have a big old party in 49, you know? That's probably what we're going to do. But anyways, I hope that helps on some of the comments and confusion, because I'm just as confused. Shit, I don't know. But let me go get my kid, and I'll talk to y'all later. Hopefully figure this craziness out of what's going on in our country. But till then, see you next time.
Now, Bones, let me tell you something. Before you go, she sounds just like these people running around here talking about they from Africa. She sounds like she doesn't have a clue. She sounds like she's waking up to the truth that, God damn, we've been lied to too. Like, not just the copper people. Us natives have been lied to too. We thinking we the real indigenous people of this land, and they talking about she said, from what I was reading in the comments, they were saying we were from Siberia or something.
That's why I'm glad you said that, because our community should know this play already. It's the same play that they use to get us off the land. You're African, you're African, you're African. Now they're telling these people you're Siberian. So what does that mean? You have no claim to the land.
Facts. So I wanted to this is the video. I extended it. It's uploading. It'll be premiering at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll play a little bit of it, Bones, just so you can see where I was going with this video. It's just ridiculous. Like, you can hear it in her voice. It's like she just as lost as the people that think they from Africa.
Oh, and before you press play, just want to answer a statement in the chat real quick. Yeah, the reason why they don't use DNA, tribes don't use DNA, because you would have to dig up past Indians. You would have to dig up graves from the 16, 17, 1800s and test them against you. You can't test what they're calling a modern Indian against you, because that's going to be a different person from a different area with a different background.
Right. So this is, Bones, this is for you. This is just a little bit of the video that's airing at 10.
OV is trying to say that birthright citizenships of Native Americans isn't a real thing. That we were not here, and so it's not all right just to be a citizen of America, because now I'm hearing, because we actually came from Siberia and we weren't always here.
This is how she say, I'm hearing. Like, what? No, what? I'm hearing. Come on now.
So check this out. Notice that I've been telling y'all that Trump actually knows that you're the indigenous people of the land. You Negroes are the indigenous people of the land. Notice I've been telling y'all that. Notice how ICE is raiding
the reservations of the so-called indigenous people of the land.
The United States is home to hundreds of Native American tribes, but they now feel that their right to live here is being questioned.
Those people, notice where they're at. They're out northwest. You're talking about the Dakotas. You're talking about people out there in Oregon and people in Montana. You feel what I'm saying? And I keep telling y'all, when it comes to this Indian story, we're not in those areas and they're not in our areas.
We've gained rare access to the Rocky Boy Indian Reservation in Montana, near the US-Canadian border, home to the Chippewa Cree tribe.
We're not in those areas, and they're not in our areas.
These young tribal members say that since President Trump came to power, they have suffered more discrimination.
Being a Native today in the United States of America, especially as an Indigenous woman, is sometimes scary. Going out alone, you can't do that.
Just something I want you to pay attention to. The original definition of an American is the copper-colored race of people found here. All I'm saying is, look at these people's skin color. What happened to their copper? Where's their copper at? And why do they look so Asian?
So this is the talking about how the Chino slaves became Indians, all right? The Chino slaves who were brought from the Philippines were people who were used to working underneath the Spaniards, and the Spanish believed that they were easier to control than Negroes who were there. Once in Mexico, they worked in the textile fields, and though they were laborers, they were not forced to work out in the fields like the dark-skinned Aboriginals, and they soon became identified as Indians. Quote, Chinos, like Francisco, followed in the path of free natives of the Philippines who immigrated to Mexico. The Filipinos, confusingly called Chinos as well, laid the groundwork for Chino slaves who, like themselves, became indigenous vassals of the Spanish crown after Chino slavery was abolished in 1672. Over time, all of their diverse ethnic identities were folded together into one Indian identity. Filipinos thus became part of an increasingly multi-ethnic population and took part in redefining Indian identity in Mexico.
Now, are we not looking at how Asian and Mexican and Spanish these people look? You're hearing, go ahead, Bones. You're hearing how they became.
That's what I was about to say. That when we say Mexican, this is a new group of people that's called Mexican. These are people, these are Filipinos, Germans, different cultures that got brought to that land and now are called Mexican. No different than when they got here. The Americans was the copper-colored. Not a name refers to Europeans. No different than what happened in Mexico. No different than what happened in the Philippines. Remember, these are people being thrown together and reclassified and renamed over and over and over again.
Come on.
So what happens when you get to the Americas? You got these Filipino slaves, Indian slaves, Slavic slaves, all these different enslaved people in America. You throw them all in one category. But as time go on, people start coming out of this category because they start basing it on skin color. Some people got stuck in and some people was able to get out. Remember, we got a whole history on what they call passing.
Come on. I'm going to play just a little bit more because I'm playing it again at 10. This is what I extended this. So it was 34 minutes when I showed y'all. It's an hour something with more information inside of it. The one that's airing at 10 a.m.
End quote.
And why do they look so pale?
Remember the Pocahontas scam?
Now, I'm going to end on this because I want y'all to see how easily these white folks are telling you you're African while they're trying to become the Indian, and they're putting themselves inside of these little tribes, okay, with the Mexicans and the Spanish and the you know, them. They're putting themselves. So I'm gonna end on this because I want you to see just how easy these people are running around here. Now I just asked y'all, how are they so Asian? If it was the copper-colored race of people found here, why are these people so Asian looking and their skin is so pale? Like, so we just saw the Asian, right? They just told y'all how the Filipinos and the Asians and the Mexicans, and they all mixing in to become what you see today as what you see today as the Native American. When it said they were the copper-colored race of people on the left who were found here by the Europeans, but now they look like the people on the right. How? And now it makes sense how these white folks are able to mingle in with those people on the right and become a part of these tribes and stuff. All right, let's get back to this.
Who, like themselves, became indigenous vassals of the Spanish crown after Chino slavery was abolished in 1672. Over time, all of their diverse ethnic identities were folded together into one Indian identity. Filipinos thus became part of an increasingly multi-ethnic population and took part in redefining Indian identity in Mexico. End quote.
Now let's look at how they became so pale. How are these Indians go from copper colored to all of a sudden becoming so pale?
And why do they look so pale?
Remember the Pocahontas scam? I'm an Indian, therefore I'm entitled to be a senator.
So, Senator, why did you list yourself as an American Indian on this Texas bar application?
So this was about 30 years ago, and I am not a tribal citizen. Tribes and only tribes determine citizenship.
And why do they look so pale?
Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? Elizabeth Warren getting caught? She got caught trying to just ease her way into one of these tribes. Just trying to ease her way into these tribes. Now look at one of the biggest Native Americans. What was his name? Iron Cody. Look how easily he was able to portray himself as a Native American.
You remember this guy?
Iron Eyes Cody, he was an actor in the movies.
Son of Paleface, Sitting Bull, or fucking poster boy. Part Cherokee, part Cree.
Part Cherokee, part Cree, and this motherfucker wasn't even an Indian. You see how people just kick you off the land, tell you you're African, while they're trying to be who you are on the land and get all the benefits and all, of what you are on the land. And they're going to send you to somewhere across some waters where you don't even fit in.
Wasn't even a fucking Indian. Second generation Sicilian from Louisiana named Espira Dakota.
Well, I think you better leave now.
Guy's a total fucking phony. Total fugazi. Even Jay Silverheels knew it. But he kept it quiet. Well, we're not gonna. You keep up your bullshit. We're gonna go wide with this thing.
Jesus Christ, is this true? This is a fucking disaster.
Chill out. You didn't know about this?
Despite his Italian heritage, he reinvented himself as a Native American, claiming Cherokee and Cree ancestry. He adopted the persona so completely that he wore traditional Native attire in his daily life and insisted on his indigenous identity until his death in 1999. Cody appeared in over 200 films, often portraying Native American characters. His most iconic role was in the 1971 Keep America Beautiful public service announcement, where he shed a single tear over pollution. The ad became a cultural touchstone, raising environmental awareness nationwide. However, Cody's true heritage was revealed in 1996 when his half-sister confirmed his Italian ancestry.
It's been on Access Hollywood, E!
This is a major PR bar. Are you sure about this?
Look, Del, I'm 1/8 Italian myself.
You are. You never told me that.
Guy's a total fucking phony. Total fugazi. Guy's a total fucking phony. Total fugazi.
So I'm gonna end it there. I have an extended version of this video coming on at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just want y'all to see how these people are trying to move you off the land. And they're trying to become you. They're trying to become you. And every time you call yourself black or you fill out your paperwork and you check that box, black instead of American Indian, and you check I'm black or I'm African American, you are pushing yourself off the land. You're losing representation of who you are on the land. All right. So with that being said, I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I gotta go get a lineup. So let me get out of here. But yeah, man, come on, man. Like, it's 2025. If you still falling for the whole Africa thing without no, come on, man, like without checking into who you are, come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, at some point you deserve what you get.
The moment you realize it's people that you love that you're gonna have to leave behind. I was told, wow, look, we at war. Everybody can't go though. Some of us vibing high. Everybody can't go though. Some of y'all might leave family behind. Everybody can't go though. Could've completed, but you get deleted. Some people are feeded, so you feel deleted. And knowledge is medicine, know when you need it. If everyone go, I'ma know that you cheated. You think I'm conceited, I'm feeling completed. Life is a game and I'm planning to beat it. Life is a game and I'm planning to beat it. Look. Everybody can't go though, beat it. You was ascending and starting to win. No pretending, actually win. Low vibrations, boxing you in. Who keep letting them toxins in? All my people are toxin us. Everyone on our toxin land. Ancient like cosmology. I am the source, I go within. I can't go unless I go to win. Really a guy supposed to win. Anyone that's trying to get with me, just start doing the most you in. Trying to turn up, it goes to 10. Blood type O, you almost in. Minarchin, we all go in. G, I'm a rule, we all go in. Bring me the water, but can't make you drink. No, I'm not here to just make you think. If anything, I'm here to just make you fight. It's all lost, just make it right. Everybody ain't with it. Let me tell you, I don't like reading. Freedom ain't free, you broke, I get it. Let me tell you, you don't like breathing. Can't even wake you up, you sleeping. Niggas are sleeping, scalping season. Some of y'all sleep through all this treason. Government beefing, now you vegan. Need autonomy, really don't need them. Now we rise, cause houses freedom. Really gonna hurt my heart to leave them. Really gonna hurt my heart to leave them. This assimilation or a cycle, they be hating on you for survival. That's why I don't mess with the Bible. Ain't nobody tribal going viral. We original, we hold the title. Lot of work to do, how you idle. Ain't no false idols in they bio. We ancient for ancient in Ohio. Say what you want and do what you do, but I'm starting to get, I don't know about you. Gotta go within, can't go on YouTube. If you think you know, you ain't got no clue. Say what you want and do what you do, but I'm starting to get it, I don't know if you do. Gotta go within, can't go on YouTube. You thinking you know, you ain't got no clue. We at war. Everybody can't go though. Some of us vibing high. Everybody can't go though. Some of y'all might leave family behind. Everybody can't go though. Could've completed, but you get deleted. Some people are feeded, so you feel deleted. And knowledge is medicine, know when you need it. If everyone go, I'ma know that you cheated. You think I'm conceited, I'm feeling completed. Life is a game and I'm planning to beat it. Life is a game and I'm planning to beat it.